Hey guys, it's Sarah. Today's video is going to be a full makeup collection declutter. I have not done a declutter like this in a very long time. The last time I did a declutter of any kind was back in December, but that was more like a video where I just sat like normal with the camera on my face and just showed you which products I decided to declutter. But this is the first declutter I've done in a while where I actually am laying everything out and actually going to be picking out things that I want to get rid of. I'm not planning on getting rid of a ton. Honestly, I have a pretty curated collection as it is, but I just know that there are some products in my collection that aren't making me happy, that I don't enjoy using, that I've given several chances, and I just have things that I like better, and that there's no need for me to keep them around because I have lots of friends and family members that I could pass these things on to. So I'll be giving certain things to friends and family, certain things if they're in the right condition, I'll send them to Project Beauty Share. They do have a list of things they accept. If you're interested in checking that out, I'll link it below. So I'm just gonna go drawer by drawer. This actually is a drawer that I pulled out of my chest of drawers that I store my makeup in, so I'm just gonna go one by one and just pick through and decide what to keep and what to get rid of. But let's go ahead and get into it. So this is my base drawer, as I would call it. I have concealers, foundations, primers, and setting sprays in here. Most of this I do want to keep because most of it is stuff that I can make work for me. I've got 6 foundations of various different finishes and coverage levels. And then these are a couple of sample powder foundations that I am going to use up here soon. I do have a couple of concealers that I know I want to get rid of. The first one is this NYX Dark Circle Concealer. I just cannot get this to work for me. It has barely any coverage, and I thought it might be a good color corrector because it's a little bit peachy, but it doesn't really do anything in the way of color correcting when I wear it underneath another concealer. So I just don't like it. Every time I've used it, I've been kind of just underwhelmed by it, and I have other concealers that I do like a lot better. So I'm just gonna say goodbye to that one, and thinking maybe like my mom or a friend might want that. Then I have, this is a sample of the Elate Cosmetics concealer, and I've used it a couple times and I have no desire to use up this sample. It just kind of similar to the NYX one. It has very little coverage and it's kind of dry looking on my under eyes. Just not a good combo. I like, you know, at least a decent level of coverage, and I like for my under eyes to look hydrated, or at least not dry. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pass that one along. But everything else in here, I think I'm going to hold on to. Moving on to my cheek drawer, I have face powders in here, and then I also have cheek products, blushes, bronzers, and highlighters. So I do have 4 powders. I did put this in my project pan to start working on finishing it. This is the Physicians Formula Healthy Powder. They did lose their cruelty-free status recently, unfortunately, so at first I was going to try to hold on to all the products that I have from them and try to use them up, but I may be decluttering a couple of those here and there. The thing for me is I'm a huge proponent of using up your non-cruelty-free products, but for me as someone with a channel, I don't necessarily want to give brands like this any more exposure, but I also want to advocate for using up what you have even if it's not cruelty free. So I kind of have to strike a balance there. It's a little tricky, but I don't love this powder. As I've had it in my project pan, the more I've realized I really just don't love the way it looks on my skin. I feel like it can look very heavy, and I really like the rest of these powders better, so part of me does just want to go ahead and get rid of it. The other part of me knows that I can make it work, so I should just keep it and try to pan it. I don't know, what do you guys think? I feel like it's actually still in decent enough condition that I could send it to Project Beauty Share. I just realized though on the back it says it expires August of this year. It's probably mostly referring to the SPF, which I don't really care about, but it may be a little too old to donate actually. I think for now I am going to hang on to this and just use it up because it's not bad. I might even experiment with using it as a powder foundation. I do think I'm close to hitting pan on it, so I think I'd rather just work on it. Powders aren't too terribly hard for me to use up. Now, one thing from Physicians Formula that I actually am going to declutter, I think. This is their Natural Nude Highlighter. This was a favorite for a long time, and now that Physicians Formula is no longer cruelty-free, it's kind of got me looking at all my Physicians Formula products thinking, okay, I'm probably going to try to pan these soon. And the more I look at this, the more I really don't want to try to pan it because it has some colors in it that are way too dark for my skin tone as a highlighter. And they say this is a palette for face and eyes. I mostly use it as a highlighter. I know myself, I'm not going to use these as eyeshadows because I have so many eyeshadows in my collection that I want to use. And this, I think, is still in good enough condition that I could donate it to Project Beauty Share. So I think it just makes me happier to just go ahead and pass it on and not have to worry about trying to pan it, because I know I would not enjoy panning this. I like certain colors in here, but the issue is I have a hard time only getting my brush in the colors that I like. And of course you can mix colors together with this type of format, but I just never end up getting a consistent look with it. So it was a favorite for a long time, but I'm just kind of ready to move on from it. These are highlighters here. I like all three of these, especially this Becca one, so I'm not going to get rid of any of those. This is a face palette from e.l.f. I already used up the bronzer in here, and I repressed another blush into the highlighter that I used up. But anyway, I am going to keep this for now. This is a little like sample blush from Elate. It's like a cream blush. I haven't even touched this. I think it was just like a free sample that came with an order. I don't even know if I have any interest in trying this, to be honest with you. I really should try it at least once. None of the products that I got from Elate, I just got some samples from them that I bought myself. None of them were really that impressive to me. That actually looks pretty though. It looks kind of sheeny, so I think I'll try that one at least once. Yeah, I think that's the only thing from this drawer that I want to get rid of. I'm telling you, if you like really cutthroat declutters where people get rid of a ton of stuff, this is just not the declutter for you. If you're new around here, if you've been watching me for a while, then you totally know that this is how my declutters are. This is my eye drawer, and this is where I have brow products, eye primers, single shadows, liners, and mascaras. And let's see, one thing I know I can go ahead and get rid of, this is the e.l.f. makeup remover pen. I've had this for so long. It's pretty much dried up. The tip is all gross because I've used it so much. I think they discontinued this actually because I was looking for a link to it in a video recently and couldn't find it. So I used to really like this for cleaning up mistakes with liner, mascara, but the issue with it is it lifts up whatever makeup is underneath, so then you have to like touch up your concealer or whatever. And I would just rather use like a spoolie to flake off mascara or like a Q-tip or something. It's just not really worth the annoyance for me. And it's like dry down. These Stila glitters, and then I have a shimmer and glow from them too. They're on their way out. They're almost dried up, and I'm just trying to get every last use out of them that I can because I don't want to waste anything. They're nice, but I don't love them. Like, they're not something I'd recommend or purchase again. But I'm trying to just get as much use out of these as I can. But these will be gone. Like, these will all be done and in my empties within the next couple months. So just keep that in mind. But I'm not going to declutter any of them now just because I'm keeping tabs on them to make sure that I use them now. But yeah, all these single shadows I think I'm going to keep. This mascara, I gave it another chance in my full face of least favorite products video, and it's the Dirty Hippie Volumizing Mascara. I love a low waist makeup option. I love that it's plastic free, but it's a bad formula. It flaked terribly on me. This brush that it came with is awful, but I found that I liked it better when I cleaned off a CoverGirl wand that I liked better. So yeah, that solved that problem, but then the formula is just so bad. It just flaked horrendously all over my cheeks. Like, it does not want to stay on your lashes. So I hate having to declutter something like this because I feel like it defeats the purpose of a low waist makeup product, but it's just, can't do it. Those are both good. Let's see, I do want to check all these liquid liners and just see, because some of these are old, I just want to see if they are dried out or not. That one actually is still good. It's the e.l.f. Stardust Glitter Liner. It's another one of those. Those seem to be still good, actually. In fact, they seem juicier than they used to be. Interesting. This is a Wet n Wild blue liner. Wet n Wild's also no longer cruelty-free. Nope, that's definitely still good. I really like the color of that, so keep that. This I use all the time. I'm pretty sure it's still good. Yeah, that's the Jordana Cat Eyeliner. Really good liquid liner. I do really like it. And then this I just bought, so I'm fairly certain it's not dried out. Yeah, no, that's plenty juicy. Then I have two pencil liners. I think I am done buying pencil eyeliners. The black one I do use at times, rarely, but sometimes when I want to tight line, so I'm going to keep that. But, you know, I think I am going to get rid of this Jordana Sterling Blue retractable eyeliner pencil, because if I want to wear a blue liner like this, I'm just gonna use an eyeshadow on my lower lash line. I tell myself like, oh, if I ever wanna put a colorful liner in my waterline, this is what I can use, but I never put liner in my waterline, ever. So I don't know who I think I am when I say I'm gonna do that, but beautiful color, really beautiful creamy formula. It's just, I don't use pencil liners anymore. If I'm gonna wear a colorful liner, it's gonna be a liquid, or I'm gonna use an eyeshadow. So I'm just gonna be honest with myself. That's never gonna get used. I think that's everything from here. I thought about decluttering this Anastasia Dip Brow Gel because it's super dark, but I can make it work, and it was expensive, you know? Like, if I spend my own money on something, I'm gonna make it work, especially if it was pricey. I mean, I got it in a little like value set, but still it's not cheap, and I don't want to just throw that money down the drain when I can use it. Like, for example, I wore it today. You can't see it, but on like light makeup days or no makeup days, I still like to use it to comb through my brows. I just have to be very careful and very light-handed with it, but that is how I make that work. And yeah. So I think that's everything from this drawer that I want to declutter. Some of this stuff is, like, this is in the process of being panned right now. So, and same with all the Stila things. So this is where it's gonna get a little more exciting. I'm actually gonna go get some baby wipes because I'm probably gonna be swatching the heck out of these. So I'll be right back. So I did a pretty big lip declutter back in, was it October, November at some point? And I want to get rid of a few more. I really do. I have a lot of lipsticks, more than I really want, and I think I'm getting to the point where I'm actually learning. There are certain lip colors that I just don't like and that just don't suit me. I used to think that I had to have every possible color and that I had to wear every possible color, and that's just not true. Like, there are certain colors that I like for a reason, so I don't have to force myself to wear, like, for example, I've realized that I don't really like medium, kind of brownish pinks. I just don't like those, so why do I force myself to have them? So anyway, starting with this compartment here, this is balms and glosses. Some of my balms are not in here, but I'm not decluttering those, so it doesn't matter. This one I'm gonna have to declutter even though I really like. This is an SPF lip balm from Pacifica, and according to the label here, it expires in April 2020, and when I'm filming this, it's the very end of April, so I don't want to risk using an expired SPF product, but this is a really nice SPF lip balm, and I actually already ordered a fresh one, so hopefully I will remember to use that one more than I remembered to use this one so that it doesn't expire before I use it up. A couple of other lip balms here. This one is almost finished. This one I just bought. It's actually another SPF lip balm. Hopefully I can keep like one in my purse and one on my bathroom counter or something. This is like a Thayer's Slippery Elm lip balm. I bought that when I was in a frenzy trying to find a lip balm that would work. I think this one's nice. This one I have to get rid of. This is a Crazy Rumors Peppermint Twist. The peppermint in here started to irritate my lips very badly. Even if I use it just one time, my lips get so irritated and like they burn. And so I use this almost all the way up. See that? But I don't want to use it anymore because it does way more harm than good for my lips. So I'm gonna have to stay away from any peppermint containing lip balms in the future. But all the other lip balms I'm gonna hold on to. Then I have a bunch of glosses. I think I'm gonna keep all of these. This one is a candidate for a project pan. It's like a mini Tarte glossy lip paint. I think I could definitely use that up pretty quickly because it's a mini. The rest of these, the only one I want to kind of put in a maybe pile, whoopsie, is this e.l.f. tinted lip oil, just because it's such a dark color. It's very rare that I'm wanting to use a dark color like this in the form of a lip oil because it's just a little crazy, you know. So I'm gonna put that in a maybe pile for now and kind of swatch it up against some others to see if I want to keep it. And then this is like a tinted lip balm from e.l.f. I really like this. It's very nice, almost like balmy lip stain, very pretty. So all those are gonna stay. This one's a maybe. So these are all my nudes. These are two nude lip liners. I'm gonna keep both. It's Urban Decay Manic and then e.l.f. Dusty Rose. I like both. I'm gonna keep both. So I'm going to start swatching similar lip colors together and decide if I really need to keep both. So here I have the Burt's Bees Santorini Sunrise Crayon. Really like this. Talked about that in a recent favorites. Then the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit in Nudist Peach. These are both peachy nudes. Wow, it's super similar. I hate getting rid of something that I know is still good, but I mean, look how similar those are. And when I have the choice between a moisturizing lip crayon like this and a liquid lipstick that's kind of dry, or drying, I mean, I'm gonna pick the moisturizing option. So I think I can go ahead and pass on this. I know that's crazy, but all right, now for brownish nudes. This is where I can definitely cut things down a little bit. This one I already know I'm gonna declutter actually. This is the Bite lipstick in Chai. It's the mini that came with the Sephora birthday set a couple years ago. I just don't like this color. It is a very brownish red, and I also don't like the formula. It's just too creamy and I can't get a precise application with it. And I have a good friend who this color actually looks way better on, and she loves this lip product. She had the same mini and used it up, and I asked her and she actually said that she would love to take mine and use it. So that makes me really happy because I know that somebody's actually going to enjoy it and use it up and it's not going to go to waste. And I don't have to suffer through it and try to force myself to pan it if I know I really just don't like it. It looks way better on deeper skin tones, I think. So that's just gonna go to a better home. Very excited to give it to her. All right, so then I have, these are all kind of more either tannish nudes or brownish pinky nudes, and we're gonna just swatch them all and see what I truly want to keep. This is Physicians Formula All Natural Nude. I like that. That does suit my skin tone pretty well. Then I have Wet n Wild Never Nude, which is in my Project Pan right now. I actually really like this color. It's actually a little lighter than the Physicians Formula one. You know what? They're so similar, I almost feel like I don't need to keep both. We're gonna think about those. Then I have this sheer matte liquid lipstick from e.l.f. I like the formula of this way better than the ColourPop one. This is the shade Praline Petal. It's a little bit deeper. I feel like the problem with this though is that it dries down really deep on my lips. And it's one of those mid-tone pinky browns that I'm learning that I just don't love on myself. Then I have, this is Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. I love this formula. I think I'm gonna keep this. Oh my gosh, these are all so similar. That one's a little bit lighter though, and I like the formula better. This formula really lives up to the hype. This is the Red Apple lipstick in Beachside. That's way more of a tan nude, very different from the others. I love this formula. It's very creamy, but in a good way. And then the last one here is Wet n Wild Mochalicious. This is like a true brown. So out of all these, both the Wet n Wild and Physicians Formula ones are no longer cruelty-free. But I feel like, well, I know that the Wet n Wild one is going to take long enough for me to pan that I really don't need both. Like, they're so similar that as long as I'm panning this one, I'm not even going to wear this one. And I like the formula of this liquid lipstick, but I'm more likely to choose a bullet lipstick over it, and that one's a little bit lighter, so it suits me a little bit better. Guys, this is crazy. I think I'm going to get rid of the Physicians Formula All Natural Nude. And honestly, God, I feel so bad because I just bought this, but I feel like these sheer matte liquid lipsticks just are not really my thing, because I'd rather just do a blotted lip with a bullet lipstick, because these can just still look kind of dry, and I think I'd rather just pass this on to somebody while it's still pretty new instead of just holding on to it and probably not using it very much. I can't believe I'm doing that. Definitely keeping the Charlotte Tilbury. That one's a little bit pinker, and it just suits my fair skin a little bit better than the ones with slightly more brown undertones. Definitely keeping Red Apple Beachside. I love that nude. And then Wet n Wild Mochalicious, while it's not something I'm gonna wear often, it's the only thing I have quite like it. And actually, I'll show you a swatch of this next to Bite Chai. They're very similar. Try not to swatch too much because I don't want to waste it. But they're very similar, but I like the formula of the Wet n Wild one better. So I'm gonna keep that one and get rid of Chai. So then I have all these cool toned nude pinks. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch these. I probably will keep most of these. I like cooler toned pinky nudes more than these brownish pinky nudes. I'm gonna try to swatch these left-handed, so wish me luck. This is e.l.f. Tea Rose. I really like that color. This is Madame Glam Mad Hatter. This one is interesting, but I actually like this a lot more than I first thought I would, especially when I pair it with a lip liner, like really either of either of those two nude lip liners that I have. It looks really good with. I don't like it by itself, but I like it paired with a nice lip liner. This is Axiology Loyalty. CoverGirl Honeyed Bloom. Ooh, that is so nice and creamy. And Jordana Buttercream Frosting. I really like this one. Alright, left-handed swatches not so bad. I think I'm going to keep all of these because they all are slightly different and I like all of them, so I'm going to keep all of them. Those are the nudes I'm keeping. So much fewer. I'm getting rid of 4 nudes, which is going to free up so much space, which I don't plan to refill with more lip products. I really want to try not to buy any more lip products because I just feel like I have enough. I did my best to get those swatches off, but it's not perfect. Alright, these are all my reds. Red is my favorite type of lipstick color to wear. So I have one red lip liner and I'm gonna keep that because it's the only one I have. I'm just gonna swatch all of my reds, see if there's any overlap. This is NYX Chaos. I just bought this and it's the only truly blue toned red that I have. This is Axiology Clarity. Oh my gosh, sometimes this happens with these and it's kind of annoying. Alright. This has a little bit of a sheen to it. Slightly more of a warm red. This is the Axiology Crayon in Vibration. It's more of an orangey coral, honestly. I feel like that should actually go with my nudes. Terramare Napa Valley. This has been one of my favorite lip shades of all time. It's like a berry. Oh my gosh, so pretty. I've had that for a while. This is Madame Glam Cherry Wine, which is like a deep red, like a blood red. Then this is Physicians Formula Tulip Treatment. I love this color. Oh yeah, that is yummy. And then I have a bright orange red. This is Jordana Mango Sorbet. Oh my gosh, yes. I love red lipstick. Yeah, I'm keeping all of those. And I make no apologies for it because they're all so pretty and they're all different from each other. So there. These are just all kind of like wild card colors. Just, there are other bold lipsticks that are not red. So like berries and deeper pinks, corals, purple, you know, just all the random stuff that doesn't fit anywhere else. This one I'm actually heavily considering decluttering. In fact, I think I've already made up my mind that I'm going to. It's the ColourPop Ultra Blotted in Soda Pop. Both arms are a bit stained, but we're just gonna keep going. I really like the color, but I hate the applicator and I don't like the formula. I feel like it always comes off streaky on me and I just don't like it. So that's probably gonna go, especially because I have other colors that are similar just in formulas I like better. This is Ofra Laguna Beach. It's a more opaque formula, but it's sort of a similar medium pink and almost like a strawberry pink. Yeah, this ColourPop one is just gonna go. I don't like it. I really just, it frustrates me every time I try to use it. Then I have this like corally pink, which I thought about decluttering this. Let me compare that to my hot pink that I have. This is Wet n Wild. Oh, this was Madame Glam Pucker Up, by the way. Okay, I realized that I think it was kind of washed out and the colors were not showing up true to color. I apologize, but I think I fixed it. This is Wet n Wild Don't Blink Pink. Oh, hello. Oh my goodness. That sometimes happens with these. LOL. There's that one. Yeah, that's more of a cool tone pink, whereas the Madame Glam one is like a coral. Those are both really fun. I'm gonna keep both. And I have a bright purple from Wet n Wild. This is Violet's Kiss. So purple, wow. This is another sort of purpley berry, Elf Berry Sorbet. Pretty, oh yeah. Looks like grape juice. Madame Glam Fig. This honestly could have gone with the reds, I think. But this is like a popsicle red. Or reddish berry. I love that color. Keeping. And then Physicians Formula Nourishing Plum is what it's called. It's like a very vampy plum. I discovered that I only like this when I wear it over a plum lip liner, which luckily I have. This is Jordana Plush Plum. That's the only thing that makes it look good on my lips. It's the only color I have like it, so I am gonna keep it because it's just different and unique. And yeah, so the only one I'm getting rid of from this group is ColourPop Soda Pop. Yeah, look how similar that is to the Ofra one. Totally similar. Oh, okay, then this was a maybe. This was the e.l.f. Tinted Lip Oil in Raspberry Truffle Kiss. Sort of like a glossy lip oil. It's like a brick red, which I don't have much else like it. I kind of like that for fall, you know? I think I am gonna keep this. So these are my eyeshadow palettes, and I really like all of my eyeshadow palettes, so I'm not gonna go through these individually because I already know I'm not going to declutter any of these. The only thing from here I'm gonna declutter is this little duo from e.l.f. It's their best friend eyeshadow duo in Peach Squad. The only reason I'm getting rid of it is because I have duplicate shadows in the e.l.f. Opposites Attract palette. See what I mean? Those two and those two, they're practically the same, but these in the Opposites Attract are a lot more pigmented. So I just don't need to keep this. And I even have other peach shades in my collection, so even though this is a really nice duo and I like that it's so like small and just like easy to throw in your makeup bag or whatever, I just know that I don't need to keep it. So yeah, I'm just gonna give that, it's still pretty new, so I can easily give that to somebody else who I'm sure would love it and give it a lot more use than I will. Don't need to declutter any of my singles. I went through these back in December, and all the ones in here I feel like really serve a purpose, so keeping them. We're moving right along. I'm also including my nail polishes in this because I store these in the same chest of drawers where I store the rest of my makeup. I'm probably gonna keep most of these, but I feel like there might be some that are dried out, so I'm just gonna quickly check through these and see which ones are. That one's still good. Many of these are very old, but still perfectly good. No joke, I've literally had this since at least 2013. Isn't that funny? But it's still perfectly good. These are all good, I'm sure, because I haven't had them very long at all. Ooh. Okay, this one is definitely getting very thick, and I have such a similar color already. These two colors are so similar. This one is Wet n Wild Casting Call, this one is Wet n Wild Undercover, and they're very similar. This one is definitely thickening though, and just, it's on its way out. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of that. I know somebody's gonna tell me you can just add like nail polish thinner in there, which I don't really feel the need to buy a whole new product just to revive something that I already have something similar of. Okay, so yeah, all of these are still good, except for this one, so goodbye. And yes, I'm also including brushes in this video because it's been a while since I've decluttered these, and I think I can probably get rid of some. My philosophy on brushes is the more you own, the more brushes you have to clean. And I hate cleaning brushes, so enough said. I have two of the same brush here. This is the Ulta Beauty, well, they have different names. This is the blush brush, this is the cheek brush. I'm pretty sure they're the same exact brush. They both came in like free gift with purchase bundles, and I like these a lot, but I don't need two of the same brush. Actually, they may actually be slightly different, but I use them for the same thing. I'm gonna keep one and get rid of one. I'm just gonna go through these quickly. Let's take a look at these eye brushes, fam. Okay, I have 3 eyebrow brushes and I only truly use one of them. But one of them I can use for eyeliner, so I will keep, let's see, definitely keeping the Anastasia one because I love this brow brush. It is so precise. I have this one from MOTD that's the same type. It has a spoolie on one end and an angle thing on the other. But this part, the brush part, is way too thick for my liking. So perfectly well made brush, but I just like the other one better, so I don't even use that one. And then this is the Profusion angled brow brush. You can't get this anymore. It came in like a brush bundle that's been discontinued, but this I will use for eyeliner or like using shadow as a winged liner, so I can keep that. Pretty sure I'm gonna keep all the rest of these. Yeah, I'm keeping the rest of those. They're still good. All right, yeah, those are the only brushes I'm getting rid of. Okay, so that is my makeup collection declutter. I enjoyed doing it in this format. I know that it probably, in the scheme of things, compared to everything I own, it's a small percentage, but with the size of my collection, this is a reasonable amount to declutter for me. But I hope you enjoyed this full collection declutter. Let me know if you enjoyed it this way. I probably won't need to do it this way for a very long time. I'm definitely the most excited about clearing out some more lip products because I just knew that there were some products sitting in there that I just didn't like enough to keep. So that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, definitely give it a thumbs up so I know you liked it, and subscribe. I upload every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and sometimes Sunday. All kinds of videos about cruelty-free beauty, and so I'd love to see you again soon, and I'll talk to you next time.